What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check it out. This is part 2. I forgot to do an intro on part 1. ST Survivor. Almost said it, Murph. This is our live channel, man. We over here discussing and we having some great conversations and stuff. But the ST Survivor confronts her past. This is part 2. And without any further ado, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out. Oh, we are using these videos for research purposes only. We are actually we got a group chat going on, and we like to spread the message that we are trying to help. And if anybody is trying to, Motherbird is not here, but Motherbird is saying we got to have a disclaimer. We don't want to trigger anything and put any, we try to help people and not hurt nobody. So if you feel as though this is going to trigger you to hurt you, click away. With that being said, let's check out the video. Actually using these videos for research.
On a night like this, filled with prayer and light,
We're having a blast tonight.
it's easy to forget Cambodia's dark past. A civilization almost destroyed by civil war and genocide. Experts say it was out of that brutal and lawless period that prostitution and child trafficking began to flourish. Officials say the problem is getting better. Prostitution is now illegal, but Don Brewster says it's still rampant, operating out of massage parlors, bars, karaoke lounges.
The front is that you go in and you're going to sing songs, right? They'll bring in 20 to 30 girls, and if you like them, then you negotiate sex.
And just out of sight, in certain back rooms, there are still, just as 𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 was.
I got beat a lot and hit a lot and not allowed to talk to another people.
So what about the police, though? This is so obvious what it is.
There's good police that aren't fully equipped, and then there's a segment of the police. This is how they make their money, protecting these places.
So 2 years ago, Don and Bridget took matters into their own hands, creating their own brothel raiding SWAT team, working alongside the Cambodian National Police for what they say is a higher cause.
If you look at what Christ said, right, he told us to go into the worst possible places. I think he wants Christians to be kick-ass.
This is the investigations office here.
Leading the SWAT effort is Eric Meldrum,
We anticipate there will be between 6 and 8 victims in there.
a former UK police officer.
My job is to get the intelligence of where the kids are being sold.
10 years ago, undercovers like these went into the brothel where 𝗗𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 was held captive, posing as Johns.
I heard my friends say that one guy come in and drinks and just play with the girl, just play pool and drinks.
That's when police stormed in to rescue her. Today, Nightline is going inside a raid to rescue other underage girls and take down an alleged sex trafficker known as the Mama San.
Mama San is the main person in charge, the main trafficker who's run woman.
Okay, that's what I like to see. I like to have a happy ending on this stuff where they actually save somebody. Let's go.
Running the brothel.
In their crosshairs, this massage parlor, which they say is actually a front for a brothel.
And there's at least one minor that's there. When they give the signal that it's time to go, they'll call us.
After weeks of planning, the raid is a go.
This is the van that they'll be going in to do the raid.
Hey, nice to meet you.
In the command center, all eyes are on this man. He's on the phone with an undercover inside the brothel.
They're just waiting on the Mama San.
But there's a problem. The underage girls are no longer there.
And do you have any idea how old the victims are?
The youngest one we believe is 15.
Yeah, this is the worst part.
Waiting?
Yeah.
Hours later, the raid is back on.
Put your best on. They would undoubtedly have knives inside the house.
Mama San's there.
Yeah, just down here, about 50 yards on your left.
The woman in red That's the mama-san. They go room by room, evidence of sex throughout. A red mattress on the floor, condoms.
Wow.
Watching them collect all this evidence, it seems to become too much for the mama-san.
She's having a heart attack?
But she revives quickly.
You're hoping like this big mean guy come out. Normally it's a woman.
Then the moment they all hoped for. The young girls appear, saved from a life of terror and darkness. The rescued girls are taken by van to the police station, flanked by AIM social workers. 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 knows just what they're feeling, having gone through it once herself.
Me and my friends in the car together, and we cry about it because we thought that we're gonna go to the jail too. I know that we didn't do anything wrong.
Just 3 days after being taken out of the brothel, Don and the Agape team welcomed the girls to their new home, AIM's long-running aftercare program where rescued trauma victims are brought to heal. All the children that you're seeing are survivors of sex trade. The new girls are given a hero's welcome, trading in the striped shirts and face masks they wore just days ago for teddy bear sweaters and tiaras, an AIM ritual.
I bet you they can't even believe this is happening. They probably thinking that it's all a trick. Wow. They still in disbelief right about now. I can almost imagine that.
Every rescued girl crowned a princess. Just as 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 was 10 years ago on her first day of freedom. Freedom that she says has meant everything to her.
I want the world to know that this happens. I want ending of the trafficking.
You want to destroy this
Yes.
kind of sex traffic?
Yes. And I want to help another girl.
On this trip, 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 has confronted many of her personal demons, but there is one left. Let's go. She's on her way to see the person who she says sold her to a pedophile when she was just 7 years old. Remember when 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 first got off the plane? That person hugging her is 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦's mom, the person who AIM says sold her to an American pedophile 15 years ago.
To see you when you saw her for the first time in the airport, when you landed,
Yeah.
to embrace her, to hug her. I think a lot of people wondering,
Yeah.
how could you do that? How angry were you?
I did angry at her, and I did cry about it, and I did told her that please don't sell me.
𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 told us that the airport was not the place to confront her mother. She wanted to do it here, in the slums where she grew up, to demand an answer from her mother about what happened to her all those years ago.
Did she ever apologize? She never apologized. Ready to go in?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Do I need to take shoes off? I'm okay.
No, you're fine.
We step inside the tiny house.
So I'm assuming this is the second time she's going to see her mom, maybe. Wow, this is crazy. That's they way of life, bro.
Thank you so much.
Do I need to take shoes off? I'm okay.
No, you're fine.
We step inside the tiny house where 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 grew up.
That's you in California.
Yes.
Photos of her life in America litter the wall.
Is this a pretty emotional time for you to see your daughter? Can you explain to me exactly what happened when she was just 7 years old and she left this house?
She tells us she was extremely poor. So when a woman said a cafe needed a waitress and offered her $100 a month for her daughter, she jumped at the chance. She denies she knew the cafe was a front for a brothel, but all that came later, after what 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦 says was the most unforgivable thing her mother did, selling her virginity to a pedophile.
Hay nhưng xưa hưởng Michael nữa. Ở đây mình nhưng nơi mười Michael.
Michael Pepe?
Yeah.
Ai biết dì Khía đem vô ở trong đó.
Dì Khía đó mình hả?
Gì
hả? Bà.
And then, for the first time, 𝗟𝗏𝗡 tells her mother about the awful moments she faced as a little girl, the beatings, forced into sex with strangers. It's a story that might bring any mother to tears, but 𝗟𝗏𝗡's mom seems stoic.
Do you want forgiveness?
Mai có đăng đái nên con chẹt ngay. Hả?
Tôi gọi Mai, con xưng tôi vậy là bị ăn.
The moment goes by so quickly, I almost miss it.
Did you just tell her that you will forgive her?
And those are real tears at last. It is hard to fathom that a mother could sell a daughter, that a daughter could ever forgive. But 𝗟𝗏𝗡 has reserves that defy all the cruelty, all the neglect. Perhaps it took the kindness of complete strangers and years of care to begin reversing the horrors of her youth. But somehow, after years of fear and darkness, she has forged a new life.
When you were a little girl, did you feel like you had any love?
No,
That no one loved you?
no. I feel like I'm the ugly one in the world.
And now?
Now I am a princess.
For Nightline.
One thing I can say is she's definitely beautiful. One of the things that I'm realizing is I think the parents, it's almost like they tradition to sell the kids into ST in order to raise money for the family. And some of the kids kind of accept that to give back to the family because they feel as though they owe their parents this because they brought them into the world. These are the facts that I got from different research that I've been doing. And that's a shame if they believe that and that's their tradition. But what do y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.